The demonic parasites. Are parasites actually demons in biological form? The existence of parasites that have the ability to hijack a person's mind sounds like something out of a science fiction movie, such as the movie The Faculty. The Faculty is a science fiction movie about high school teachers being controlled and taken over by otherworldly parasites. As the old saying goes, art imitates life, and truth is far stranger than fiction. In ancient China, the Taoists had a very interesting belief concerning parasites. The Taoists believe in a concept known as the three worms. The Sanxi, three corpses, or Sangchong, three worms, are a Taoist physiological belief that demonic creatures live inside the human body and they seek to hasten the death of their host. These three supernatural parasites allegedly enter the person at birth and reside in the three dantian energy centers, respectively located within the head, chest, and abdomen. After their human host dies, they are freed from the body and become malevolent spirits. The three corpses work to harm their host's health and fate by initiating sickness, inviting other disease-causing agents into the body, and reporting their host's transgressions to the gods. The usual English translation of Sanxi is three corpses. However, this Taoist term does not literally refer to corpses as in dead bodies within the human body, but is linguistically causative, meaning the eventual death, mortality, produced by these demonic agents. Now, I myself am not a Taoist, nor do I believe in Taoism. However, I believe they have a very good point about parasites being demons in biological form. Parasites and demons are incredibly similar, if not the exact same. They are two sides to the same coin. In fact, demons are often called spiritual parasites. A parasite is a biological organism that lives and feeds off of its hosts and causes mental and physical illness. They are known to feed off of their host's negative emotional energy and are known to bring the host physical and mental illness. Studies have shown that parasites are able to cause severe mental illnesses such as schizophrenia. Scientists have discovered how the toxoplasmosis parasite may trigger the development of schizophrenia and other bipolar disorders. They have shown that the parasite may play a role in the development of these disorders. Clinical studies frequently report that patients with major mental illness, such as schizophrenia and bipolar disorder, have comorbid physical conditions, suggesting that systematic alterations affecting both brain and peripheral tissue might underlie the disorders. Numerous studies have reported elevated levels of anti-T-Gandhi antibodies in patients with major mental illnesses. The T-Gandhi parasites are so powerful that they can hijack a person's mind and alter humans' sexual desires and influence humans to engage in abnormal sexual practices such as BDSM and have an attraction to sexual violence. So what is the T-Gandhi parasite? Toxoplasmosis is an infection caused by a single-celled parasite called Toxoplasma gondii. While the parasite is found throughout the world, more than 40 million people in the United States may be infected with the Toxoplasma parasite. The Toxoplasma parasite can persist for long periods of time in the bodies of humans and other animals, possibly even for a lifetime. Of those who are infected, however, very few have symptoms because a healthy person's immune system usually keeps the parasites from causing illnesses. However, pregnant women and individuals who have compromised immune systems should be cautious. For them, a toxoplasma infection could cause serious health problems. I recently found an interesting case study concerning this very powerful and influential parasite titled "The Case for Toxoplasma gondii in Psychosis and Other Human Diseases." This chapter introduces Toxoplasma gondii, the cause of toxoplasmosis. It discusses the many ways it can be transmitted and what is known about human infections, especially those affecting the brain, the pregnant uterus, and the eyes. It details the evidence linking this parasite to psychosis and estimates the percentage of psychosis cases that may be caused by it. It also briefly discusses the evidence linking toxoplasmosis to other conditions, epilepsy, brain cancer, rheumatoid arthritis, and motor vehicle accidents. The T. gondii parasite has been called one of the most successful parasites on Earth, and yet is one of medicine's best kept secrets. It is remarkable in its ability to infect nearly any nucleotide cell in any warm-blooded animal, and infects most species of mammals and birds. An estimated 1/3 of the world's humans are infected, although this varies widely by country, depending on dietary habits and exposure to cats. A 2014 survey in the United States reported that 11% of the population, or approximately 40 million Americans, have antibodies to this parasite, indicating past infection. For almost a century after its discovery, it remained largely unknown. It was given a tongue-twisting name, Toxoplasma gondii, which was in fact inadvertently misspelled. The North African rodent in which it was discovered in 1908 was a gundi, not a gondi. It is a protozoan parasite, not bacteria or viruses, which were the infectious agents of the greatest interest in the 20th century. The most noteworthy protozoan is the malaria parasite. T. gondii, as it is commonly abbreviated, is a second cousin to the malaria parasite. But like famous humans, second cousins don't get much press. It wasn't until 1938 that T. gondii was known to be transmitted from a pregnant woman to her fetus and to cause severe problems with brain development. And it was not until the late 1960s that cats were identified as the specific host for this parasite. T. gondii has to be eaten by a cat to complete its life cycle in the cat's intestine. It begins its life cycle when a cat, usually as a kitten, becomes infected. Although the cat usually has no symptoms, it excretes in its feces up to 50 million infective T. gondii oocytes per day for an average of 8 days. At any given time, approximately 1% of cats are infective and are excreting oocytes. The oocytes are remarkably hardy and can survive for long periods in soil or water. Wherever the cat defecates may become contaminated with infectious oocytes. Since cats prefer loose soil for defecation, this often includes gardens, children's sandboxes, and animal feed piles in barns. After 24 hours, the oocytes dry out and are thought by some researchers to become aerosolized, thus floating in the air and capable of being inhaled. Water becomes contaminated when cat feces deposited on the ground is carried into streams by rainwater or when cat litter is flushed down the toilet. Not all cats are carriers of this parasite, but they can be. It's incredibly interesting finding out that cats are the specific host for this very powerful parasite that can hijack the mind and cause very serious physical and mental issues. Now, I myself used to own a cat that I loved very much that passed away from liver complications back in February. And I do not believe that cats are intrinsically evil. However, the topic of cats being hosts for parasites that can alter the mind and body in negative ways reminds me of a question I used to have. Why were cats worshipped by the ancient Egyptians, and why do witches love cats as well? Apparently, in ancient Egypt, cats were not worshipped as gods per se, but as vessels for them. The ancient Egyptians believed that cats were chosen to be inhabited by the gods, and that some of the divinities even adopted their likeness. For example, Bastet, also called Bast, was the daughter of Ra, the sun god. And when it comes to the occult, cats, specifically black cats, have played a huge role in mythology for centuries. In the Middle Ages, they were believed to be a spirit or demon to serve a witch as a companion. I find it incredibly fascinating that the ancient Egyptians and ancient witches believed that cats can be vessels for spirits. And as it turns out, cats can be vessels for very powerful parasites that does to the body what demons have been known to do to the body in the scriptures, such as cause you to hear voices, experience negative emotions such as anxiety, depression, OCD, bipolar disorder, and many other mental illnesses. Demons can hijack your mind and influence you to do destructive things, such as engaging in abnormal sexual practices like promiscuity and BDSM. Aside from cats being specific vessels for these very powerful parasites, other carriers can include all the unclean animals that were spoken of in the scriptures: pigs, rats, shellfish, fish without scales, and many other animals listed in scripture as unclean to consume. Maybe there is both a spiritual and physical reason as to why God said not to consume these animals. In fact, the Most High calls these animals an abomination, and that we shall not eat their flesh. In biblical usage, the word abomination means something that God loathes or hates because it is offensive to him and his character. After all, an unclean animal was a chosen host by the unclean spirits known as legion. So is it possible parasites are actually demons in biological form? A biological antenna for the spiritual wickedness in high places. Is this how they are able to cause so much pain, sicknesses, diseases, and other physical and mental torments? If you believe you have been affected by these demonic parasites, Jesus actually gives us the solution in the book of Matthew. In the book of Matthew, Jesus told the disciples that some demons are incredibly powerful and can only be cast out through prayer and fasting. Fasting just so happens to be one of the best parasite cleanses out there. Now combine fasting with genuine prayer and a healthy lifestyle, you have a spiritually and physically effective weapon against these serpents, these demonic parasites, who wish to bring forth your physical, mental, and spiritual demise. I hope you guys have found this topic to be very fruitful. If you would like to support this channel, I recently wrote a book titled The Caffeine Epidemic, about the effects of caffeine on physical and mental health. The link for that will be in the bio below. Again, thank you so much. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we are out. Till next time.